Hello friends, welcome to your own YouTube channel Achievers Data Engineering. My name is Gyanendra and this is part 3 of Most Asked SQL Interview Questions and Answers series. In this video, we will be discussing about one another common question which is frequently asked in SQL interview questions. So what is the question that we are going to discuss in this video is what would be the row count of results after applying a specific join. So here interviewer will provide you two different tables with some numbers into it or with any text, and he will ask you what would be the row count returned when we are going to apply inner join, left join, right join versus outer join. He may try to confuse you by giving the same number or same text in both the tables just to check your knowledge, that do you have the practical knowledge working on joins or not. Alright, so let's get into details and discuss about this question. Now let's get into details and understand how can we actually calculate the number of rows which will be returned based on when we are joining and which join we are performing. So as I mentioned in the beginning, interviewer will try to give you the similar numbers or similar text in both the tables to confuse you, because if you have worked on joins practically, then only you will be able to answer it. Just by knowing that okay, it will return everything from left, only matching records are returned, you won't be able to answer it correctly. So it's better to understand it thoroughly, like how joins are working, and then you will be able to master it very quickly. Alright, so to keep it simple, I'm just going to create two different tables. I'll just go ahead and connect, and let's use Achievers TV, and then I'll create a table here. And just to keep it simple, let me insert only limited records for now. I'll just insert these 4 records in table 1, and then I'll go ahead and create another table 2, and again here I'll just go ahead and insert limited records only, just to keep it simple for now. All right, now if I just go ahead and select these both tables, then here we can see that we have got like 4 records in the first table, 1 1 2 3, and again 4 records in the table 2, which is 1 1 1 and 3. So now when we'll test it one by one, like how it is responding to each different type of join. So first of all, I'm going to execute the inner join, and let's see how it is working. So now as you can see here, when I have applied the inner join, then it has returned 7 number of rows. How it is working, let's understand that. So the first, this one from table 1 will go ahead and try to find out the matching value in table 2. So it will find these 3 1. So it will eventually return 3 rows. So these top 3 rows will be returned as a part of joining this one and all these 3 ones. Then once it comes to this another one, it will perform the same logic, because again it will match this with this all these 3 ones. Then it will return again those 3 rows. Then eventually it will become 6 rows, because 2 here and 3 here. So 3 into 2, it will become 6 rows. Now when it comes to 2, this 2 is here in table 1, but it's not there in table 2. So because inner join is supposed to return only matching records, that will not be returned in the result. Now when it comes to 3 is here and 3 is also there, and there are only 1 row in both the tables, then it will return 1 row. So this is how it is returning 7 number of rows. I hope it is easy to understand now. Let's see how left join is working. I'll just go ahead and execute this. Now as we understand that left join is supposed to return all matching records, like all matching records from both the tables, then also any non-matching records from the left table. So that means everything from the left table would be returned and only matching records from the right table would be returned. So let's see. So here we can see for this 1 and 1 and these 3 1, it is going to be the same, because it will like 2 1 are here and 3 1 here, then it will return 6 rows. Now when it comes to 2 is there in the left table, but it is not there in the right table, but still it will be returned, right, because we have applied left join here. So 2 will be returned in this column, but in this column which is coming from table 2, it will show as null, because there is nothing which is matching with this 2. Now again 3 is available in both the tables, so eventually it will return 3 for this. So in this case it is returning 8 rows. Now let's go ahead and test with right join. Now when we will execute this right join query, so as we tried to understand it earlier here, it will just work as opposite to left join. So any matching, like everything from the right table would be returned and any matching record from the left table, just to keep it simple. So here let's see that. Now for 1 it is going to be the same. It will again return 6 rows because 1 is available here and in both the tables. So 3 rows multiplied by 2 rows, it will become 6. Now in this case 3 is here and 3 is here. Now 2 is available in the left table but it's not in the right table, and there is no other no other value or row which is available in the right table but not available in the left table. So eventually it will return that 3 and 2 will be skipped. This is how it is working. Now let's try to understand the full outer join. Now as we discussed earlier, full outer join is supposed to return everything, like first of all the matching records, then also the non-matching records from both the tables. So here 6 rows which are matching records from both the tables, then 2 is coming from left table but there is nothing in the right table, so it has returned null, and 3 which is matching record. Now let's make it more complicated. I'll just go ahead and insert all the records. So I'll just go ahead and execute everything again. So 8 rows are inserted and again 8 rows are inserted. Now if we try these joins again, let's execute the inner join. So inner join is pretty simple, right? Because it is always returning the matching records. So whenever you are asked this kind of question, just pick one and see how many times it is matching. So 1 is matching 3 times, so 3 rows for this one. Then again 1 is there and 3 rows are there, so 3 rows for this one, so it will become 6 rows. Then 2 is here and 2 is not here, then inner join it will skip the 2. It comes to 3 is here and 3 is here, then there would be 1 row for this one. So let me maybe write it down just to make it easy once you are trying to solve. So let's say 3 for first one, then 3 rows for another one, then 2 will be skipped. For 3 and 3 there would be again 1 row. Then again let's check out the 4 is here and 4 is here, and it's only 1 row in both, so again it will return 1 row. Then let's talk about 5. Now 5 is here 2 times and 5 is here 1 time, so again it will become 2 and 1, so it will return 2 rows. Then null is here and there are 2 times null is here. Now this is very interesting. Now null is nothing, right? It's not a space, is not a text, so null cannot be joined with a null. So if we are joining null, then it will not return anything. So null is only written in case there was no matching record from one table, and so in return it will return null for another table. So here as you can see in the result, null is skipped and only these records which are 10 rows, so 3, 3, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 10 records are there in the result. We will just go ahead and try with the left join. So I'll just go ahead and execute these set of queries. Let me make some space so that everything is visible. There we go. Okay, so now if we look and try to understand how it is returning 12 number of rows based on this join, then let's start with 1. So for 2 rows of 1 here and 3 rows of 1 here, it will eventually return the 6 rows, which we now understand. Now keep in mind that this time we have executed left join query. So because 2 is available in the left table but not in the right table, so 2 will be returned here in this column which is coming from left table, and in right column it will return a placeholder for null value. Now similarly 3 is available in both the tables, and there is only 1 row for both in both the tables, so eventually it will return 1 row. Same goes with the 4 4 is available in both tables and there is only one row in each table, so it will return one table only. Now talking about 5 is available in two different rows in table 1 and it's available once in table 2, so eventually it will join with both the 5, so it will return two different rows for each table. Now this is very interesting to see here that there is one row having null value in both the columns, so from both tables it is returning null value. So now, as I mentioned in the beginning, null cannot be joined with the null. So if we are joining, let's say two tables having one row and only null value in it, then result of that join would be nothing. Even it will not return null also, it will be blank. But in this case it is returning null value. So let's understand why. Now because we have executed this query as a left join, and as per that condition whatever is there in the left table is supposed to be there in the result. That is why, because there is null value, that row number 8 is null, it is supposed to be included in the result set, which is in row number 12. And now because there is something here, SQL supposed to be showing something as a placeholder in this column also. That is why there is one null value is auto populated. So that is why you can see there is one row having null value in both the columns. So this is eventually part of this table as a part of left table, and this is auto populated as a placeholder. So I hope it is very clear and you will be able to generate the row count based on the criteria and based on the different type of text and numbers provided in multiple tables. I won't go ahead and let's not discuss about right join and outer join right now. I would highly recommend you to just go ahead and try it out by your own, and do let me know in the comments what row count you are getting for right join and full outer join. Now let's touch upon this cross join also, though it's not highly important, but it's better to know. So as you can see here, the way we write cross join is slightly different. So the syntax of writing cross join is slightly different. We do not pass any criteria like table1.column equals to table2.column. We simply write select star from table 1 cross join table 2. Now how does it work? Let's understand that. Let me make some space here. Right. Okay, so now as you can notice, in table 1 we have 8 rows, in table 2 we have 8 rows again. Now how this cross join works is, it will pick one row from table 1 and then it will map it with each row in table 2. So eventually this 1 will be mapped with 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5 null and null. And same process will be repeated with another one. It will be mapped with each row in table 2. So eventually it will return a Cartesian product. That means number of rows in table 1 multiplied by number of rows in table 2. So it will return 64 rows, and that is the result that we can see here. Right? So I hope it's very clear now. If you are asked for a cross join, then definitely just multiply the number of rows in both the tables and you will get the exact answer. I hope it is clear and it was easy to understand. If you are still having any question or confusion, then please do let me know in the comments. I would love to answer that. And as I mentioned in the very beginning, if you are having any question that you want me to add or create a video on it, then please do let me know in the comments. I would love to work on it. Thank you for watching. Keep learning. Have a great day.